Hi, it is Jess with Jess K Crystals, and today I want to talk about a topic that was a special request. Somebody wanted to know why they're drawn to crystals and what to do with these crystals that they're drawn to and how to incorporate them into their life. And so this is a great question because so many of us are drawn to crystals, right? And it's one of those things where we want to know why. Why are we drawn to crystals? So there's a lot of factors that kind of play into this, and a lot of it has to do with energy. And so I'll kind of go into a lot of those things that are at play. So as human beings, our energy is fluctuating a lot. We're living, we're breathing, our cells are constantly regenerating. Everything that we're in contact with on a daily basis, on a minute basis, all of that affects our current energetic vibration. And so we usually have a scale that we're oscillating between a lower and a higher vibration throughout the day. And, we might be a little higher, we might be a little lower. It just kind of depends on who we're interacting with, what kind of situation we're in, what our emotions are like. There's a lot of different things that can play into our daily fluctuation. And then that scale, each person has their own unique vibrational scale, essentially. So a lot of that is factored, a lot of things that factor into that are things like how much emotional trauma you're holding on to and how much low energy is kind of in your energy system. Low vibration energy meaning emotional traumas or experiences, things from the past, things from the current. How much of that low vibration energy are we holding on to, or how much of it are we actively releasing on a regular basis? And as we release more low vibration energy, the higher our baseline will rise, because as we release that lower, we can start raising our energetic vibration as well. And so that baseline or that range can actually go up for each individual person. It just depends on how active they are in that process, as well as how well they manage their energy every single day. And lots of different factors here, but essentially that's kind of like each person's personal energetic blueprint, essentially. And again, like everything you've experienced throughout your whole life is part of that energetic blueprint. And everything you're experiencing in the moment is part of that energetic blueprint. And you have some control over that and how it shifts and changes. So with all that said, as you kind of have an understanding, a very quick understanding of you as an energy body and your energy aura. So as I mentioned, we're fluctuating every single day, every single minute, every single second. Crystals have a solid, stable, energetic frequency. And so this is due to, again, a couple different factors: the mineral content, the hardness, the inner microcrystalline sacred geometry kind of structure. And so each crystal might have a different kind of internal structure from a crystalline standpoint. And so there's a couple different factors, but essentially what it does is all of those things put together create a very stable energetic frequency. And it's also a higher frequency than what we typically are as human beings. And so the reason we're drawn to crystals is because it's at a higher vibrational frequency. And as human beings, we are easily influenced by the energies around us. So something low vibration, meaning somebody who has angry emotions coming from them, that's going to affect our energy unless we are consciously making the intention to not let it affect our own personal vibrational frequency. And so crystals, because they hold that higher vibration, we're naturally drawn to them because, again, our energy will entrain to or attune to the energy of what's around us. And so if we have if we have crystals within our energy field, we start to entrain to the energetic frequency of that crystal. And as I mentioned, crystals tend to have a higher frequency than what we as human beings have. So by default, we want to bring that into our energy field so that we can raise our energetic vibration. And so there's a lot of different factors with crystals, with why, like how it might affect our energy field, and that is also part of the personal side, like the personal interactions with crystals. And then there's also the book, like the book reasons, or the research, or all of those things that you can read about crystals. That can factor in as well. Your intuition can factor in as well. But there's a lot of different reasons why you might be drawn to a specific crystal. So like, I like to walk into stores a lot of times and just go in with the intention of picking a crystal that I need right now. And I leave that pretty broad so that I can just be drawn to a crystal based off of what my higher self, my body, my soul, my energy needs in that moment. And so it's kind of a fun game where you go in and you're like, what do I need right now? And you just kind of go around the store and you pick up crystals, and eventually you'll find one that you don't want to put back down. So let's say it's malachite. And so it's kind of fun where you pick out the crystal and you're like, cool, this is the crystal I'm drawn to right now. And then I like to, after the fact, look up what that crystal means. And so malachite, it's a green crystal, which means it's going to connect with the heart chakra, but it also has a little bit of that solar plexus connection as well. And then it can be a balance of the masculine and feminine energies. So maybe if you've been too much in the masculine, it can help balance you and bring in some of that feminine ease and flow energy. It is a grounding crystal. It's got some weight to it. There's copper in there, so it can maybe help with inflammation. There's, again, the heart element, so it's great for protecting the heart chakra. There's a lot of different things that it could be, but what it means for me might be different than what it means for somebody else who also picks up the same malachite crystal. Maybe for them it's because they just went through some kind of heartbreak, and they need it to help them through that healing process. So there's a lot of different reasons of why you might be drawn to a specific crystal. Sometimes if you look up the book, the book version, it may not resonate, and that just means that there's something at a deeper energetic layer that you might not be aware of, that it is helping you heal or process or raise your vibration in regards to. So let me think, is there anything else? There's a lot that goes into play with being drawn to crystals and specific ones, and why you might pick one. But ultimately, I love having people trust their intuition with this. Whenever I'm at events, kids are the coolest with this because they haven't been influenced by a whole lot of stuff yet. And so kids just are automatically drawn to my table, and they just want to pick up all the crystals. And it's because their intuition knows that these crystals are helping bring in a high vibration, feel good energy. And I always love to ask them, which one are you drawn to? What does that mean to you? Like, what does it make you feel like? Or what does it mean to you? Or why were you drawn to it? It's really kind of cool to play with that. And so I would say take that same playfulness and that lightheartedness into your own process with picking out crystals and seeing which ones you're drawn to. So I hope that was helpful, and if you have any more questions, let me know. If you enjoyed that video and want to learn even more about crystal healing, your energy system, and how you can really get in depth with choosing, selecting, and knowing how to work with crystals, then I suggest you check out my Intro to Crystal Healing course. It is an online course that is self-study, so you can take it at any time and you can take it at your own pace. And so if this interests you, check out the link below, and I hope you enjoy learning more about crystal healing.